Okay, so today we are still going to learn random variable, but we are going to learn continuous random variable. So this is the first part for continuous random variable. Okay, so continuous random variable, there are a few things that we have to remember. That is, if we do integrate negative infinity until infinity for fx dx, altogether we should be able to get 1, which simply means that the area under our curve should be equal to 1. Second, the way we calculate our probability is that probability for x in between a and b, that is integrating from a until b fx dx. But for continuous, it doesn't really matter whether do you have the equal sign or not. So this is also equal to probability for x in between a and b. So this is without the equal sign. Or you can put the equal sign at a. So this is also equal to a less than or equal to x less than b. Or you can put the equal sign at b. So probability a less than x less than or equal to b. So whether do you have the equal sign, or if you don't have the equal sign, it will become the same probability. The third one, this is how we calculate our median. So this is median. So to calculate the median, we are going to integrate starting from negative infinity until our median m fx dx, and since median is exactly half of our data, therefore it should be equal to 1/2 or 0.5 if you want to use decimal. So negative infinity until m fx dx. So now the aim is we actually want to know what is the value of m, such that when we integrate this, we should be able to get half. Okay, so let us go to the first example. Okay, so let x be a continuous random variable with the probability density function given by fx equal to cx squared for x in between -1 until 2 and then 0 otherwise. So for the first one, we have to find the constant c. So to calculate the constant c, we have to use the definition of continuous random variable, where if we do integrate negative infinity until infinity for our function fx dx, we should be able to get 1. Okay, so now since we have a continuous random variable, let us do our number line first. So I have -1, this is 2, so this is cx squared, and then 0 otherwise, that means the left hand side is 0, the right hand side is also 0. Okay, so now we are going to integrate negative infinity until infinity. So that means we are going to consider the first interval first. So negative infinity until -1, the function is 0 dx, plus integrating starting from -1 up until 2 cx squared dx, and then plus starting from 2 up until positive infinity 0 dx, and this one should be equal to 1. Okay, so integrating 0 is simply 0, so you can cancel this as well as this. So now we can integrate cx squared. So c is simply a constant, so you can bring the c outside. So we are going to get x cubed over 3, and then upper limit 2, lower limit -1, and this is equal to 1. So substitute the upper limit and the lower limit, we are going to get c over 3, and then 2 cubed, which is 8 minus -1 cubed, so this is -1, equal to 1. So 8 plus 1, so this is 9, so we have 9c over 3, so this 3c equal to 1, c must be equal to 1/3. So this is how we calculate the c. So now let us move on to the second part. Okay, so now we have to calculate probability for x in between 0 and 1. So we have already calculated earlier, c is 1/3. Okay, so draw your number line. So this is -1 up until 2. The function is 1/3 x squared. Left hand side 0, right hand side also 0. So we want to compute probability for x in between 0 and 1. So let us check where is 0 and where is 1. So 0 and 1, both of them are inside here. So this one 0, and then this is 1. So what do we want to find is the probability. So you can initiate them a little bit so that we know. So we want to work inside this interval. So that means to calculate the probability. Probability 0, x, 1. So I simply need to integrate 0 until 1. The function is 1 over 3 x squared dx. So integrating x squared, that one will give me x cubed. So this is x cubed over 9, 0, 1. Substitute the upper function minus with the lower function. So we are going to get 1 over 9. Okay, so that is the probability. Okay, so C, we have to calculate the median. So median, by using the definition, it should be negative infinity until m fx dx. And it should be able to be 1 over 2. So since we only have one function, that means our median must be somewhere in between negative 1 until 2. Therefore, let us integrate negative 1 until m. The function is 1 over 3 x squared dx. And this one should be equal to half. So now let us integrate them. So this is x cubed over 9. So upper function is m, lower function is negative 1, and this one should be equal to 1 over 2. So substitute the upper function. So m cubed over 9 minus negative 1 cubed. So this is negative 1 over 9 equal to 1 over 2. Therefore, m cubed plus 1 is equal to, so this one I can bring the 9. So this is 9 over 2. Okay, so that means m cubed is equal to 9 over 2 minus with 1. So this is 7 over 2. So m is simply equal to the cube root of 7 over 2. So this is our median. The cube root of 7 over 2. I don't have my calculator with me, so you can use your calculator and calculate what is the value of m. So do make sure that the m is somewhere in between negative 1 up until 2. Okay, so now let us go to the second example. So let x be a continuous random variable with the probability density function given by, so we have two functions over here. Let us draw them. So this is 0, 2, 8 over 3, so that we can see them much more clear. So this is x over 3, this is 8 over 3 x squared, 0, 0. Okay, so what do we want to find here is probability for x less than or equal to 1. Okay, so based on our number line, 1 is somewhere here. So this is 1. So we want x to be less than or equal to 1. So that means we are going to the left hand side. So for A, probability for x less than or equal to 1. So starting from negative infinity, so we start from negative infinity until 0. The function is 0 dx plus starting from 0 up until 1, and the function is x over 3 dx. And of course, integrating 0 is simply 0. So integrate x over 3. So this is x squared over 6. Upper function, lower function. And then, of course, you have to substitute your upper function minus with the lower function. So this is simply 1 over 6. Okay, so second, we have to find the median. So to find the median, if you have two intervals over here, you need to calculate first what is the maximum probability from 0 until 2 first. If let's say the maximum probability for 0 until 2, let me draw one number line for you. So this is 0, 2, 8 over 3. So if the maximum probability inside here is 0.4, that means the median should be slightly on the right hand side of our 2. So that the total from 0 up until here, this one will be 0.5. But that one, if this is 0.4, if let's say the probability here is 0.6, So 0, 2, 8 over 3. So if this one is 0.6, that means in order to get your median should be somewhere in between 0 until 2. So this is our median. So that 0 until m, this one should be 0.5. So do remember the definition of the median, negative infinity up until m, it should be equal to 1 over 2. Okay, so let us calculate first what is the maximum value for 0 until 2. So integrate 0 until 2, the function is x over 3, dx. So integrating x over 3, this is x squared over 6, 0, 2. Substitute the upper function in. So we are going to get 2 squared, so 4 over 6. Minus with 0, so this is 2 over 3. Or if you have them in decimal form, this one should be 0.67, I think. 0.67 something. Okay, so this is larger than 0.5, right? So that means our median should be somewhere in between 0 until 2. So let us integrate 0 until m. And the function is x over 3 dx. So we have already integrated them earlier. So x squared over 6. And we know this one should be equal to 1 over 2, 0m. So substitute the upper function in. So you are going to get m squared over 6. Substitute lower function, we are going to get 0. So this is equal to half. Therefore, our m squared should be equal to 6 over 2, which is 3. Therefore, m can either be square root of 3 or m should be negative square root of 3. Okay, so if you have two values of m, you should check which one can be accepted. So since x should be somewhere in between 0 and 2, so that means we cannot have any negative number. Therefore, this one should be rejected. So do make sure to write down rejected, as the value for our median should be somewhere in between 0 and 2. Okay, so see you in part 2.